Okay, folks, Thomas Willis here. I am going to make a little bit of a rule for you. I'm kind of revising my AIDS test. I'm still saying it's 10-second lag time from the time you're exposed. You know if you've been exposed, if you had sex with someone with groin sores, or sex with somebody that's shared needles with you, or somebody's had hemorrhoids. I've told you all three of those. Now, why would you have the following? This is a type of testing plan I've come up with to eliminate some of the problems that people might have with my test. One, the original AIDS test back in '87, when an inconclusive study was done on chimpanzees using groin sores, not just groin sores, but sores on your hand as a means of transmission, they said they could not prove it. So they rendered it inconclusive observation. I've advanced this theory for decades now. And now I'm coming up with some of the newer test procedures. In 1987, all I could do to test you, if you got infected today, it would be 6 months before the test would come back positive. You had to wait that long before you could test positive for the disease. And then it wasn't even 50-50. Then there was the ELISA test, the Western blot test. I think there were 3-month tests. Now the more recent test that's come down the line is your rapid AIDS test. It can detect the AIDS virus in 2 to 4 weeks through the identification of antigens and antivirals in your system. Antibodies, excuse me, not antivirals. Antivirals is treatment, antibodies is the name of the things in your body. That takes 2 to 4 weeks. Okay, if you want to go into the if you have sex with somebody with groin sores or somebody you think has AIDS, and you want to say, well, hey, I don't want to risk this. It's Saturday night. I had sex with a guy. I want to go to the emergency room. I want to check into PEP treatment. Okay, the first thing he should give you is a rapid AIDS test. That will rule out you having caught the virus previous to 2 weeks ago. Meaning today being the day you were infected. Okay, if he rules that out, that's good. You still need to take the PEP treatment just in case. Then at the 1 week point, if I was him, I would retest you. That's the halfway point between that and the standard test showing that then the AIDS test should show positive if you were infected and not treated with PEP. So this 1 week point, you test it basically to see if a week prior to your infection point, if you had caught it by then. Remember, there's a 2 week lag time in that rapid AIDS test. So 1 week before equals 1 week after. You have to test that 1 week after to make sure you didn't catch the AIDS virus prior to starting the PEP treatment. Then at the 2 week point after supposed or believed exposure, you want to take another rapid AIDS test. If that one comes back negative, you're in good shape. Then at the 4 week point after your infection, if you don't have the AIDS virus by then, you're probably in good shape because you have just completed the PEP treatment and have not caught the disease. Now, if you're lucky enough to have the person who had sex with you or shared the needles with you in the emergency room and they tested positive for AIDS, then you definitely need to at least try the PEP treatment. It's available. It's authorized. Use it. Thomas was out here. Have a good day.